What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So we have another Lookz video, and this look is actually inspired by Levi's album Hydraulic, which dropped like a couple months ago, and I love this album. This is probably one of my favorite albums from 2025, I can't even lie to you. And I was really inspired by like the cyberpunk, I feel like Afro-futuristic like vibes of the album. So that's why I decided to do basically like a cyborg or like a robot makeup. But I went ahead and put my contact in. I'm just gonna have one contact in because I'm gonna do like basically like pieces of like metal, and then also like some areas that look like skin. I don't know, I just wanted to try something different. And then for like my like regular like foundation like side of my face, I just decided to do a white brow because I really don't even do white brows. Like I can't even remember. I feel like I've done like a nude brow that was very close to white, but I don't remember the last time I've actually done a white brow. So yeah, but I wanted to do something different for like the red and black brow because usually I would do red for like the front part. So I was like, let me just try something different. So that's why I did the black at the front, and then I wanted to be even more extra with the white brow. So I added like this glitter, and they're kind of like starish shapes. Like they're not like exactly stars, but I got it from Agility Cosmetics, and like I really don't use this glitter, so I was like, I just want to use it for something. And then so for this area, I'm gonna actually make it like a white like block of a face or whatever you want to say. So that's why I'm going ahead and doing like the white area first. I feel like I say it all the time, but whenever I'm doing like face paint looks, I basically just follow the same techniques that I would do for my normal makeup. So I basically like cleaned up my brow on the white brow or the white like face side, and then I just set it with translucent powder, and now I'm just doing the opposite eye. And I decided to use an eyeshadow base because I really don't ever use eyeshadow bases. Like I use it every now and then. Like if I really have time to like do my eyeshadow and like do my makeup and stuff, then I will use it. But like on the everyday like work makeup like situation, I don't really use like eyeshadow bases for that. And I'm setting this side with translucent powder too. I just like to use translucent powder just because I feel like it's just easier to like, you know, make the pigment like stay a little bit truer to color. And then I just wanted to freehand something. I had no idea what I was going for, but I just wanted to like kind of like follow the shapes of like my eye area, and then like do something that I felt like was kind of like robot-ish, if that makes sense. Like I feel like the designs like kind of gave like, you know, futuristic in a way. And then I'm just going back in trying to like blend it so it's like a little bit like not as like, you know, stiff, I feel like. And then I just use this one size Point Made eyeliner, and this is in Bodacious Black, and I actually really like this eyeliner. I'm probably to restock because like I have like barely any left, so I either will restock or I might get a new eyeliner pencil. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Okay, so like the main colors for this look are like red, white, and black. So I want to use the Makeup a Murder House eyeshadow palette, and I actually got this when I did a mystery box like a couple months ago. And like I don't normally use like red for like eyeshadow and stuff. So like whenever I do like have a chance to like use certain eyeshadow palettes, I try to use them. That way I'm actually like, you know, using my products and not just letting them collect dust. But I want to do a smoky eye just to kind of like change up the vibe versus like the other like eyeshadow look. And then I'm just cleaning it up with like the Bolt Bottom from Made by Mitchell, and then I'm using this liner. I think this is from Levi'S Cosmetics, I think, yeah. And I like to just use like eyeliners like this to basically just draw out my designs whenever I'm doing something on my face. That way it's a little bit easier. And yeah, I freehand a lot of my stuff just because like why not at this point. But yeah, I feel like this just like helped the process go by so much faster because I knew like what areas I was doing, and then that way I can like kind of like plan out, because I like to do like opposite effects or like, you know, basically just like flip it or reversal, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish like drawing all the sections for my face before I even like start filling in the sections. I'm not gonna lie, it took me forever to edit this video because this makeup look actually took a good little second. And I mean, makes sense because like I'm basically like coloring like different areas of my face, so I have to be a little bit more precise and like be careful, like make sure I put the right colors in the right places, and plus all the detail work, because I'm over here just filling in the boxes, but then I have to like set everything. And then I was adding like line work to basically make like the outlines of every shape, and then I was adding like bolts and like just adding the details to the bolt. So yeah, it was a lot, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I feel like it's always worth it. Do I be burnt out? Definitely. And speaking of burnt out is one of my favorite like songs from Hydraulic. It's definitely top five. I feel like my top five in no particular order are Burnt Out, Say It. Ooh, what else? The Room, Rodeo, and Crash Out. Like those are like my probably my most listened to songs. And the way I used to listen to Say It like literally every single day, multiple times a day for like weeks. Like I honestly that album, like I played that album nonstop for so freaking long, y'all. And I still love the album. I've just been switching it up, but like yes, like Hydraulic, Chef's Kiss. And I might do another like cyborg or like robot-ish makeup because I do want to do one for oh my gosh, what is it called? Access All Areas from Flow's album, because like theirs is kind of like futuristic too, and like the album cover like it's red and they're all in red, and I would really love to do like a red robot look. So yeah, I've been thinking about that. I might do that. Ugh. I feel like there's like something I need to do like some makeup looks for, so I might do that for like that season. But yeah, if there's any other like robot looks or anything you want to see, please let me know. But also stay tuned because I actually have like a steampunk, I think that's what you, yeah, like steampunk like robot makeup coming up soon. I have like so many makeup looks that I'm like trying to catch up on and like post on like my Instagram and my TikTok. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get as many YouTube videos posted as much before the end of the year. But just bear with me. So if you see a lot more posts on Instagram and Twitter, not on Twitter, I haven't been on Twitter in forever, but if you see a lot more posts on like Instagram and TikTok, that's because I don't know, I'm trying to get like those content out a lot faster, and now I'm just catching up with the YouTube. Like whenever I post it is whenever I post it. But anyways, when it comes to me doing like the skin tone areas, I'm basically just doing like my normal technique, except for like I'm just like shading around like the perimeter instead of like doing how I would normally like highlight or like shape my face. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start doing the white ones. I feel like it's easier like to basically go back and forth. So like as you see, like I did like certain sections I wanted to be the skin tone, and basically I'm going to do the opposite ones with the white. So that's what you see me doing here. And I just like to use the color fix from the Levi'S Beauty a lot of times whenever I do face paint looks, just because I feel like they're pretty easy to use, and like I can blend and like create so many different shades, and they're very, very pigmented. But also because like they dry down matte, so I don't necessarily have to set them, but I like to set them just to make the color a little bit more pigmented. But yeah, the Levi'S Beauty Chef's Kiss, I love her and I love the brand. Like it is a little bit more expensive, but I tell you, like it's literally worth every single penny. And this is someone like who I've spent like a good little amount of money at the Nessa's, like on the Nessa's website, especially like within the last like year. Yeah, like the amount of color fix that I bought, even though they were on sale when I got them, but I definitely need to re-up on my color fix. I'm gonna make a whole list, like that's how many I need to get, because like I've been doing so many looks, and yeah, I just need to like restock, because I'll be trying to like replace it with different items, but nothing just hits like the color fix. I'm sorry, like I have been like looking for things that can go toe to toe with it, and I haven't found anything that can go toe to toe. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know, because I would love to try out some new makeup. I love makeup, I love it, I love buying makeup, so give me an excuse to buy some makeup. But anyways, let me go ahead and like just like fill in these areas with the white, and I will see you in a second. Okay, so fun fact, whenever I do like my face paint looks, I really try to make sure I like pull it underneath my chin as much as possible. That way like it doesn't like look off like when I take my pictures and stuff. And I'm just setting this with the Ben Nye Super White professional powder. And yeah, I just use this because I'm out of the Casper neon prismatic pigment from Jelly Wing Cosmetics. I really need to restock on a lot of Jelly Wing Cosmetics pigments too, because I use them for my face paint looks, and there are a couple colors that I've literally run out of, so I definitely need to restock sometime soon. So I'll probably do a video for that, and whenever I restock my Levi'S Beauty stuff and my other basics, because I feel like I have enough foundations. I do want to get another concealer. I want to try the About Face like concealer, because I love About Face. I have the foundation, I have the setting powders. I'm almost out of like Applause, which is like the skin tone setting powder I love to use. But yeah, I probably need to restock on that one. And then like I had Finale, which is like the pink one, but I don't know if I'm gonna restock on that one or if I want to try a new shade. But whenever I go on Ulta, I'm gonna like try and see if they have the concealers, because I don't know, I like to swatch colors in store, and I feel like I know my match. I just want to like see how it looks in person to make sure I get the right thing. So hopefully when I go up in there, they actually have it. And do y'all see how much more pigmented this red is? That's why I say the color fix like as the base, and then you add like the neon prismatic pigments on top. Like, it's just chef's kiss. Like, this is the secret. Like, when people ask me how do you make them like so vibrant, this is my secret. Like, this is what I literally do. And you know, the prismatic pigments, like, they're not that expensive. They're like $4.99 for like the little jar. And the color fix, them hoes is like $20 a piece. I can't even lie to you. When I bought most of mine, they were on sale for $10 because they were like changing the design. So yeah, that's how I got most of mine. But I need to restock. Like, I have at least 10 I need to get, which I'm like, dang, that's $100 just straight up like that. But they're worth it, so I probably will invest in them. And then I want to get some more prosthetics, because I have 2 prosthetics left. Like, I have one that's like a filigree, like Renaissance type stuff, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one yet. Like, I will probably do like a painting and then like use that like around the perimeter or whatever. And then I have this bird beak, because I'm going to be doing my Phoenix look. And I don't know if I'm gonna do that one next, or if I want to do my angel. I'm gonna do like a split face with the angel and like a demon. And I don't know if I want to do that one first, or if I want to do the Phoenix one. But yeah, those are 2 like makeup looks that I'm looking forward to doing. And then like I told you, I have a whole list of makeup looks that I plan on doing. So there's like so many looks to come. Just, you know, bear with me. I'm trying. But as you see, like, I'm just filling in like the opposite areas like with different colors. I decided to just do 2 areas of gray just because, and I could have done like another like red area, but I felt like the gray just like kind of like went a little bit better. And I kind of like placed the red to like areas where like I would put like blush, like, if that makes sense. Like, do you get the vibes? Yes. And then yeah, I try to make sure I drag that color like to the side of my chin too, just to make sure like it looks right. And I'm just setting this with some translucent powder, and then like I'll go back in with some eyeshadow later on to basically like build up the color. But I just want to make sure that everything is set before I move on, and before I like start getting into more details. Now, I know I said that the color fix like dry down matte, and like technically you don't have to set them with translucent powder, but I just like to set them just to like make sure everything is as secure as possible, because I want my makeup to last and like, you know, actually look really good for the pictures. And then I just went ahead and set my face with that Prep and Mist from Morphe, which I'm out of. So if you have any like hydrating setting sprays like you recommend, let me know, because I love a good hydrating setting spray, especially for my face paint looks, because I feel like that's really essential when I do those looks. Because if I'm doing something with color fix, like I said, and you know, these are like more matte products, like, so you know, the more layers I do of it, like, you know, my face is going to feel drier, of course. So I like to use the hydrating setting sprays to kind of like calm down like the dryness, if that makes sense, and like make it not appear as cakey as it probably could be if I wasn't being intentional with trying to like melt down every layer. But I'm just using eyeshadow to basically like add dimension to it. And yeah, I'm just going around and doing like every area with that white color first, just because I feel like it's easier for me to just go ahead and knock those all out. And I just use like this random brush, and I can tell when like I need to wash my makeup brushes whenever I look back at videos, because I'm like, I don't use that brush for anything like that. Like blue, not that blue, yeah, the blue one with like the triangle, like I don't use brushes like that, and that's why I know. But I'm just adding this white just to make it like pop a little bit more, because you know, I need everything to be as vibrant as possible. And not the chin hair, like I didn't even realize my chin hair was like popping out until I was like taking pictures, and I just snatch it out before I recorded some more videos. Like, that's real life right there. But I just wanted to make like the red a little bit deeper, like not too deep, because I didn't want to take away from like the color scheme or whatever. But yeah, I just use eyeshadow brushes, and I usually just go around the perimeter of each area. That just makes the most sense for me to just create the dimension. You don't have to, but I try to be as extra as possible. And then I decided to actually use orange in the middle to try and make it like a highlight area instead of me using white. I feel like the orange would just make it look a little bit more vibrant. And then I'm just going in with the grays, and this is actually my Lost Signal palette from Makeup or Murder. As you see, I use a lot of Makeup or Murder stuff. Like whenever I do makeup looks, like sometimes I'll try to use like a lot more of one brand if I notice that like I'm already using like a couple of products from that brand. And I actually like the Makeup Murder eyeshadow palettes. My favorite one is probably my murder weapon, which is actually like a small shimmer palette, and I love the shimmers. I use them all the freaking time. That's why I said that's probably my favorite one. And then if I had to pick a second favorite, it would probably be the Lost Signal palette, just because I use it all the time whenever I'm doing like gray or like black looks, especially like smoky eyes. I like to grab this brush. I like to grab this palette, and then once I'm done with that, I'm over here spraying my face again before I move on and finish my eyes. And I'm just taking that Murder House palette, and I'm just going back in with the colors I did above my eye and just doing it underneath my eye just to make everything look a little bit more seamless. And then now I'm just finishing the designs on my other eye that I didn't get to finish, and I'm putting the black in my waterline. I like to use either this one or the shadow stick from About Face and Kill the Lights for my waterline, just to like make it like a little bit more sultry. And of course I want to be a little bit more extra and still try to place blush in like the areas where I would. So I was just taking the powder blush in Exhibit A from NARS, and then I'm taking this like whitish highlighter and I'm just adding it to the areas where it's like my skin tone, just to make it pop a little bit more. And I like to use eyeshadow brushes whenever I'm like highlighting like my brow bone, and I'm just taking another brush and I'm just adding like the highlighter like to the grayish areas, because I don't know, I feel like everything just needs a little sparkle. Like I'm that type of girl, like, and that's just, I feel like I've been like that forever, because growing up I loved like, you know, rhinestones, bedazzled stuff, glitter. Like if there was a glitter anything, like I had to have it. And I don't know, I just love being a girl and love just the extraness of stuff. I feel like that's why my makeup is what it is now, because I was so extra back then. Like you're talking to somebody who would go to Claire's and get like all the craziest like not eyeshadow, the craziest like earrings and stuff, and I still have some of them, and it just like cracks me up, because I'm like, the version of me who exists right now is definitely somebody who I would have loved to see when I was younger. So I feel like, you know, that's just a little flex or whatever. And I'm just adding the gunmetal-ish color for like the dark gray, just to make that one pop a little bit more. As you see, I try to add like shimmer everywhere, that way, you know, everything is, you know, a little bit shiny or like, you know, extra. And I was trying to add like the red to make it pop a little bit more, because I feel like the other red wasn't doing enough as much as I wanted to. And as you can see, this stone palette, like I've used this palette very much, like very well, and I feel like I still can use it for a good little second, and I might restock whenever like it gets low. But I feel like this would actually be a really good palette to have in like my makeup collection for like clients and stuff. And then now I'm spraying my face once again. I told y'all I sprayed my face so much with hydrating setting sprays during Lookz, and now I am like basically doing the line work. So I'm taking the Color Fix and Obsidian from the Nesmerize Beauty. This is one of my favorite ones. I actually am going to get Blackout. Blackout was my original favorite one. Obsidian is technically not matte, but like I feel like it dries down pretty matte, so like it doesn't matter, because the other one I have is like sparkly, and like that's not the black eye we want to go for. And I decided to just do like the perimeter too, just to make it feel like it's like actually like plates on my face, or like they are actual like sections or whatever. And I like to just use like thicker liner brushes. A lot of my brushes come from Moto Brush. I feel like they're pretty affordable, and I didn't even know Moto Brush had like brushes at Five Below, because when I went the other day I saw them and I was like, ooh, not that they at Five Below. And then I know a lot of other stores carry Moto Brush, but Moto Brush like be having sales and stuff, so like sometimes you can get like good deals online. And like when I tell you I have so many of their brushes, like that is probably my favorite brush brand. I also like Beats by Dibs. Like I love her brand of brushes. Like I have like 2 of like the actual like sets of brushes, and then I have the Blend My Everything brush, and I love that brush. I usually use it for foundation or like whenever I'm doing my base, and I probably need to restock another one, because that is one of my go-tos. And I feel like with so many looks that I have been doing lately, I have to have so many brushes clean. Like I'm already over here like, dang, I gotta wash my brushes, because if I want to do a makeup look tomorrow, and if I want to do 2, yeah, I might be pushing when it comes to brushes. So sadly on Christmas I will be washing my makeup brushes, but shit, fuck it at this point. I feel like Christmas is what it is. Like I know it's not what it was when we were kids, but I mean so many things have changed since then. So like of of course, like, it makes sense, but I just want to chill and just mind my business. You know, it's hot as fuck in Memphis. Like, it's literally 70 degrees, which is crazy for December. For Christmas, 70 degrees when it was just cold as hell last week. That's why everybody is sick, because the weather keeps changing every 2 seconds. Like, you literally can have like two different wardrobes, like, in like a 2 day span. It's crazy. And then once again, we're setting my face with that hydrating setting spray or that prepping set. And then I'm going in with platinum, which is basically like a silver color fix. And I'm basically using this to create the bolts, because I thought that would be cool. Like, I was just really trying some stuff out, because this is the first time I did a robot look like this, and I feel like I did a pretty good job, and I executed the idea pretty well. So I know I said I want to do a red one, and I think I want to do a purple one too, because I feel like purple would just eat, and I don't always do a purple base. So I'm going to figure out like how I want to do it, and then you'll definitely be seeing a purple one. And then if there's any other colors you want to see me do, like, I was thinking green would be cool, or maybe like a rusty like orangish brown, maybe. We're gonna see. What's so crazy is we're still not even done with the look, and I feel like I've been talking for like forever. I keep having to like break up the voiceover in sections just because it's just so much talking. But this is a long video. It's like 25 minutes, which is crazy, because I feel like majority of my look videos are like 14 to like 18 minutes long. So that's how you know I had a bunch of content like just for this look. And then after I did all the silver like studs, I'm just going in with the black color fix and basically just doing X's everywhere to make it look like a screw, if that makes sense. And I had to cut out so much for this. Like, this took forever. Like, I don't think people be realizing like how much like the little details, like, it's certain things that like, you know, I be wanting to be like a little bit crispier, but I'm like, if I really was being like so particular about certain things, like, it would take me twice as long. Which, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get more detailed and more precise, like, you know, as I go along. But like right now, like, baby, I don't be want to sit in that chair for like 3 hours is a crazy work. 4 hours, I feel like I would lose my mind, but I would probably be doing like different things in between just to like make it easier for myself. But I do want to start getting crazy with my looks and like, you know, incorporating more accessories and stuff that fit. So like, you know, I'll probably be doing like headpieces. I feel like it's just fun to like create like different like accessories, like barrettes or headbands that I can like use for looks. So you will definitely be seeing more stuff of like that. So if there's like any like craft objects that you feel like are really good for like headpieces, please let me know, because I do want to start like for real making some. And I have like a whole storage container of like basic props at this point, so I love to see it. And yesterday, girl, I was like sorting. I had finally found some feathers, because I've been wanting to use these feathers for a couple of different looks, and I swear I had bought some, but I could not find any. So I finally could find some at Michael's, and I literally sorted almost the entire bag. When I tell you that took so freaking long, I sorted the colors of the feathers. That way it would be easier when like I'm doing my looks that is already separated. And you know, I feel like it makes sense. Like, you know, that was really worth my time. But girl, I was trying to finish the entire bag, but I was like, I can't. I need to go to sleep. Like, I would love to sit here and like just go ahead and get this done, but it was not gonna happen. And I want to add some of those like silver like rhinestones to my eyebrows, just because, you know, I love a good rhinestone brow moment. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my lip, and I want to do something like grungy, and I love a good black like lip ombre, and I feel like I've been doing a black lip so freaking much, but it's just cute. But I did that, and then I'm gonna add like this like silverish liquid lipstick from Black Moon Cosmetics. That's probably one of my favorite brands of liquid lipsticks, Black Moon Cosmetics and Beauty Bakery. And once I do my lip combo, that's usually when I set it with my like setting spray, like my for real setting spray. And then I want to actually like add a little bit more dimension to the screws, so I'm basically adding the grayish like black color underneath the screws, just to make it look like it's more dimensional and like it's actually like on there, if that makes sense. Like, this is what I've been trying to like practice, adding more shadows when I do like design work and stuff for my like face. And yeah, like I'm really trying to like just elevate my technique and stuff and just make things look a little bit more realistic. But you know what I really want to get into is more like special effects. Like, the thing is, like, I love like, you know, creepier makeup and stuff like that, like horror or like thriller style makeup. But for me to watch a movie like that, yeah, no. Like, I don't know how I watched some of these movies and stuff I did like when I was in college, because I watched some crazy ass shit, and I'm like, how did I like just let that shit just disappear on my brain? Because if I watch that now, like that shit would have me stressed the fuck out. Because I'm not a horror movie girly. Like, I'm sorry, I have tried. I would love to, because there's so many like movies that I feel like would be so good. Like, I want to watch Welcome to Derry, and or like Welcome to Derry, like the it like universe. But I was like keeping up like when like all the new episodes were like airing, because I was like on Threads, and I was just like looking at all the like images and like all the memes and stuff. But anyways, let me finish my lip combo. I'm using the Lookz lip oil from ColourPop. This is the Twilight Team Jacob one that I've worn 10 million times at this point. But yeah, let me finish this lip, and I will just say that I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.